Good morning. Beautiful skies over Mississippi State campus right now, with a nice cool temperature of about 38 degrees, which is just above the dew point temperature. So as temperatures start warming throughout the afternoon, we're not going to be feeling too muggy. And really for the weather headlines that we see this week, it's going to be a big warming trend that we haven't seen in a while. The sunshine is going to stick around, and then by the weekend, that's when the rain is actually going to start returning, rather than last week when it started coming into mid to late week on Thursday. And so by today, that sunshine is really going to stick around and bring some clouds kind of into late afternoon, and then some clouds later into tonight. But those temperatures are going to start really picking up by noon. We're going to be in the late or mid 50s into noontime, lunchtime, and then by late afternoon, those are going to start getting into our average of 60 degrees, 61 degrees, and then they'll start really dropping by the time we get into our evening hours into the mid 40s. So that's going to be some drastic cooling, which will lead into our low tonight of about 40 degrees with clear skies. So not as cold as it was last night, but those winds will keep sticking around and provide a little chill, so be sure you have some warm clothing. And actually, let's take a look at our weather maker, which is actually not really making weather at all this week. We have this nice high pressure system to our south here that's going to be driving some southerly winds from the Gulf of Mexico, which is going to bring a lot of that warm temperature trend that we're going to see later on into the week. And as we move on into Wednesday, actually, this high pressure system will continue moving east while we see this low pressure system start dipping down into Arkansas here. And so that really won't affect us much later into midweek because that warm front is going to be above. That's still going to bring some warm southerly winds, but later on into the weekend, we might see that this cold front to the west here might start dipping down and bringing a cooler trend later on into the weekend. So taking a look at the warming temperatures throughout Mississippi, it's going to be really consistent throughout the state, as northeast Mississippi and most of southern Mississippi have the same warming temperature trend. And then even further to the west is actually going to be even warmer than we experience into Arkansas and Louisiana. So it's really affecting a lot of the southeast. And so throughout the week, we'll see that temperatures will really be above average as they kind of climb into the mid 70s, but then start going down by the time we get into the weekend on Friday and Saturday, and then start getting into the mid 60s. So it'll definitely be going down by then. And so really to sum up your week, by the time we get into Tuesday, that warming trend is going to start. We're going to get into the mid 70s, and then by Saturday, that's really going to start decreasing into the mid 60s. Same thing with our low temperatures. They're going to pick up into the low 50s and then start going down by the time we get into our weekend. And so be sure for tonight for that Christmas parade, you're still wearing warm clothes as it's going to get into the low 40s. And then throughout the rest of the week, it's a big opportunity to go outside, rake some leaves, put up some outdoor Christmas decorations because it's going to feel very comfortable.